Hello, everyone, and welcome back to It All Starts With a Wish podcast. My name is Rachel.
And I'm Mark. I'm in a better mood this week, for what it's worth.
I'm not.
GarageBand has not totally and completely just ticked me off.
I'm not. We were just told there's more winter.
You know what?
I know.
No,
I know.
Don't get me started about this darn Puxatawny Phil stuff.
Yeah. Mark doesn't like the groundhog.
I just don't... I have nothing against groundhogs.
How did that even start?
I don't...
I mean, I get, the natural thing of it, but,
It's an old wives' tale.
Yeah. No,
that has become, a big holiday thing.
I just don't understand why it's a holiday.
It's not really... Nobody gets it off. It's just
I know,
a day.
But it's on calendars. It says Groundhog Day.
I understand that, but it's not like it's
and it's funny that
people.
Groundhog Day is also the same day occurring over and over and over and over again. So I find that funny too, how it's two different versions.
I just don't understand.
It's probably from that movie.
It has nothing to do with the weather. It has no bearings. I don't care. He's always going to see a shadow because they have all the lights on him. They got all those lights on for the cameras. Obviously he's going to see a shadow.
If I saw that many people, I'd run back inside too. Also. Anyways.
Puxatawny Phil.
You're flipping through your dad joke book.
Well, because I was so angry last week that I didn't do a dad joke, actually. So, that's sad.
Very
okay,
sad.
You don't seem sad about it,
No.
but whatever.
I didn't realize you didn't do it, so...
I did not do it. But again, because I was very angry. This one is about an animal, though, in honor of Puxatawny Phil. Why do seagulls live by the sea?
I don't know.
If they lived by the bay, they'd be bagels. Oh, that's good.
I can only sing that
rich.
song in my head now. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. That's where my brain went when you said bay. If they live by the bay. Anyways.
News from Walt Disney World. This is not new news, but haven't had a chance to talk about it since this really came out. So, Mama Melrose Ristorante Italiano will serve its last guests on May 10th of this year. And Muppet Vision 3D and Pizza Rizzo will have their last day of operations on June 7th.
I mean, we
as
knew this
Disney
was coming.
starts work on Monsters, Inc. themed land at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
We all knew this was coming. We just have an actual date now. So
Muppet Courtyard will be getting shut down in preparations for
and it's only
the
temporary.
work to begin on
So no
Monsters, Inc. land.
It's just going to be moved over, probably, to Rock and Roller Coaster, right?
Well, the Muppets, yes.
The Muppets, that's what I mean. I know not the show, I guess. People are probably going to be really upset about that. But
if you do want to see the show one last time before June,
are you going to make me do that?
Of this year, I think our son may like it. I think it's worth doing it one last time.
One last
Not again.
time.
We did this last time. We're not singing Hamilton again this time. Absolutely
You
not.
really, I just can't help it. Anyways,
You
I don't
can,
know.
though.
I mean, it's good.
You can't help it.
It's a okay show.
Yeah. I think it's
I'm not
worth
gonna be
seeing it
heartbroken.
one more time, though, before it shuts down.
All right.
So I would like to try to do it this time.
All right.
Today, we are going to perform what I like to call Strategery. If you're not aware, if you're not aware where that comes from, there was a skit back in 2000.
What was it, SNL?
SNL skit. It was during the George Bush, Al Gore presidential elections. And in true SNL fashion, they just made fun of everybody. But the moderator in that skit asked both Al Gore and George Bush what their one-word synopsis of their campaign was.
Yeah.
And the whole, funny thing about it is Al Gore talking about the lockbox that is Social Security, and we're going to put it in a lockbox. So, of course, Al Gore's one word was lockbox. And in true George Bush fashion,
He makes up his own.
he makes
What
up
is
his
it?
own word.
Bush-isms.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Strategery was the
Strategery.
word. And
Instead of strategy.
so I like to call it strategery because of that. So we're going to take, kind of this skeletal form that our trip is starting to take.
Right.
Now with our dining reservations, as you heard about last week, implemented into this. And we're going to start to figure out, when are we going to go to certain parks? What days we may want to buy the Lightning Lane system, and what days we may want to experience certain things.
Yeah.
So we're going to start to plan it out more, so that way in a few weeks when we come up on our 7 days in advance, we know which days we want to buy either the multi-pass for the Lightning Lanes or single-use Lightning Lanes on any particular day.
Right.
So let's dive in, shall we?
Yeah. It's funny that we always start with less, and then we kind of let what dining we get kind of dictate where we're going.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's not always the case, depending on...
And just so we're clear,
Okay, sorry.
this is not like a hard and fast.
No.
Like, this is what we must do. And we're not breaking it down, like, by the minute either.
Yeah.
You have some people who are, like, psychotic. This is just a framework, we'll call it.
We just kind of know where we're going.
It's a framework to
morning.
operate under.
Yeah. And then there's wiggle room with certain days.
Sure.
Obviously, this doesn't count for people who book a trip like under that 60 days. You can kind of scrounge for whatever dining you kind of can. So it can come, a little bit more down to the wire if you're booking it like last minute. But since we're doing it in the time frame that we highly suggest doing it before 60 days before you go, this is what we do. We fill in all the gaps.
Yep. Okay.
All right, first day.
First day, Disney Springs when we get there. Chef Art Smith's. I don't think we really need to talk about that. We'll just kind of roll the flow.
Yeah.
So, the first full
beignets.
day. Okay, we can get beignets after. That's fine. I'm not writing it down now,
Okay.
but
you should. It's very important.
I'm not going to.
You do.
So, the first full day, the next day, we are going to Magic Kingdom because we have a Crystal Palace reservation for breakfast, as you may know, at 8:55 a.m. There's early entry that day. I would like to try to get in to the park for early entry and see if maybe we can do 1 or 2 rides in that early entry. A reminder, if this is your first episode, if you haven't heard this before, if you stay in a Walt Disney World resort, any of the tiers, value, moderate, or deluxe, you can get into the park a half hour before it opens. So that is a perk to staying in the park. You're only getting in with the other people who are staying in the resort hotels on property. So I would like to try to do that this morning. We'll see how it goes. We'll see when everybody gets up.
Do you have a ride in mind?
No, but I think we just get in and see what's going on nice and early. We get there before 8:30, get in the park, get situated.
You know what would just be a really good way to start the morning?
What?
Is getting my coffee with our son, of course, and riding the People Mover as soon as it opens. But it's not open early, right?
I'm not sure if the People Mover is open early.
I know.
It's not the
I'm
whole
just
park.
saying,
It's just select parts of the park.
I just would wish that would be like my perfect thing, like first thing in the morning.
I don't know. But we'll
Anyways,
see.
Maybe
I want
we
to
can
get
do
there
like
early.
Peter Pan or something really early.
Sure. We'll see what happens. I'm not
Okay.
heart set on anything, but
Can I just say something?
sure.
You wanted to be so detailed in these other episodes, and now I'm trying to be detailed about our trip, and you're shutting me down.
Well, I don't think, we build the framework. I don't think we need to go ride by ride and say
we
we're
don't
going to
have
ride
to,
these
but like
rides.
this is just a conversation. Why can't we know you want to talk about the rides?
But I don't want to get too far into the weeds because we need to get through the whole trip,
All
know?
right.
So we got Crystal Palace. Hopefully we can get on a ride or two before, but then we got Crystal Palace
What
at
rides we don't
8:55
know.
a.m. After that, I would like to spend some time there, but I'm not committed to staying there super long that morning.
Yeah. Like a before noon? Like definitely before noon?
I think so, yeah. I think
Like
it's the
a
first
10:30,
day. I don't think
11.
we want
We're there
to
early.
We're going to get up early. I don't think we want to overdo it on the first day.
like pedal to the metal the first day, right?
Yeah, I don't think we want to do that.
Yeah, no, probably not.
So I think we head back even before lunch and take a break.
What are we doing for lunch?
Nap
At the
time.
resort?
Sure, or we can do something before we leave. That's going to be a big breakfast, though. I'm not envisioning lunch really being a big thing. So I think we head back to the resort. And then I think the big question is, where do we go in the afternoon? I do want to point out that evening there's there's an extended evening hours at Magic Kingdom that night from 9 to 11 p.m.
Wow.
So I don't think that is we're bringing the 2-year-old with us kind of thing.
And that is for deluxe resorts only.
Correct.
Just so you know.
The evening hours are only for people with deluxe resort reservations.
Yep.
From what I hear, you can bang out a lot of rides. There's not many people there from what I understand. So
I mean, it's pretty late.
I think I would like to go back and see what it's like that evening.
Yeah, I mean, we can see what our son does as far as sleeping, and maybe he'll be really tired. Maybe we can, sneak out, leave them. I'm sure he'll fall asleep with whoever. Mm-hmm. And, my sister would probably always be down to do whatever, too. Mm-hmm. So we'll just have to feel it out. But, yeah, that would be cool to do that night.
So on that idea,
mm-hmm.
I think it's wise that afternoon to go to Epcot. Since we are staying at the beach club.
I would have said Epcot anyway.
Since we're staying at the beach club and we're nice and close to Epcot and we can literally walk into Epcot, I think that's an easy one. And that way, if he's doing good and he's doing a lot and he's staying up later, we get back to the hotel nice and easy. We just walk back.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about buses or Skyliners or boats or any of that.
Yeah.
We can just walk right back.
Yeah.
So I think Epcot in the afternoon.
And it's Flower Garden. So much to see and do.
And I would love to do some festival booths maybe in the afternoon that day and try some food and see kind of where the day takes us. It's definitely
going to be different. I mean, we've always said that every trip is going to be different now because we have a child. But it's going to be different every single time. I don't foresee us riding and going from ride to ride to ride as much. And then depending on how our son does with characters and stuff, it's going to be a much more, not laid back, but doing other experiences other than like jumping from ride to ride.
Yes, so, I think it was like last time,
Yeah.
It's not crazy, but...
No, because he'll be really involved more, I think, obviously, in saying a lot of what he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to hear what he thinks. Since he's amazed with department store fish at pet stores. I can't wait until he goes to the seas. Wow. Yeah, pretty amazing. Look at all these goldfish.
I think the big question that day is, do we buy multi-pass Lightning Lane or do we buy a single ride Lightning Lane for anything that day? I could be talked into buying a Guardians.
I know, I was going to say, I could be talked into
in the
Guardians,
afternoon, but I don't think the multi-pass is worth it that day.
No.
I think we get into Magic Kingdom, we just kind of do our thing, we see how many rides we can do in the morning.
And it's testing the water to see how he even does with rides.
Yeah.
Like to see if that will be worth it on a different day to get the multi-pass for something, but if he's going to, freak out even on Small World, then it's like, no.
Do we want to try to get Guardians in the afternoon, though?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be good. And then we can ask whoever wants to do that.
Yeah.
And because it's so close, too, we can, even if our son is sleeping or something, or, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have to particularly, depending on who wants to ride it, he can stay.
Sure.
So that's cool.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. But I think that's smart, but I don't think that we need a Lightning Lane for the whole day. I think that is going to be a moral of this story, is I think people feel the need to buy the multi-pass every day, but I really don't think that it's necessary. If you play your cards right and you go to the right places at the right times, I think you can get on just as many rides without spending the money. So bear that in mind. The next day, we have a Roundup Rodeo barbecue reservation for 12:55 p.m. So this could go one of two different ways. Either we go to Hollywood Studios in the morning, or we go to Hollywood Studios for lunch. What do you think?
My first instinct is just to go in the morning and then like do all the kind of shows and stuff that I think like Disney, like the Disney Junior thing and like all of that stuff. It doesn't have to be like an early rope drop morning either.
No.
Like, but I think just go for like the morning and then end at lunch and then head back after that. And then it will be like a later evening somewhere else.
Is this a multi-pass day?
No. Well, I don't know. Where are we going next?
I tend to think that we haven't been to Animal Kingdom yet. Now, we are going to Animal Kingdom the next morning bright and early. Animal Kingdom being a park that closes early, I don't know that it's bad to do the Animal Kingdom back to back.
Yeah, because it closes early, so it's not like we're going to spend... We're not going to do everything in half a day.
No.
No, I don't... No. Yeah, I would say Hollywood Studios morning/afternoon, and then... Do you have the time of when it closes?
Yeah.
That day?
Animal Kingdom?
Yeah.
I mean, we can find it. I don't have it pulled up at the moment, but... Closes at 7 p.m.
Yeah, that's what my guess was going to be anyway. Which is a little bit later. You know, so... yeah, that's what I would do. I would head back there around like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Even 4.
Do we buy either the multi-pass for that day, or do we get Rise of the Resistance single pass that day?
I mean, I definitely want to do Rise of the Resistance.
I think that, honestly, if there's a good day for multi-pass, that morning may be it. We can do some shows and stuff with him, too, and some rides, but I think we can get some multi-passes that day, get some adult rides in, too, that way, in the morning.
That's true.
And then see, maybe at Animal Kingdom, there may be still some availability by the time we use that first multi-pass, if we schedule the multi-passes for Hollywood early in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine, because, I mean, Slinky Dog isn't individual.
Right. Yeah. And I don't think that we need to get one for Flight of Passage, because I think we can get on Flight of Passage if we're there right before close. I think we can just get in line.
That's true. This is a really random thought, but what are we doing about a stroller?
More on that to come when we talk about packing, I think.
Okay, well, it just came into my brain. That's all. Because I don't think he fits in any stroller that we currently have.
I think we got a nice scissor stroller.
Yeah, bigger one. With like a, all right. Anyways.
But more on that to come.
Yeah.
More on that
Sorry.
to come. Focus. Stay focused. So I think we get the multi-pass that day. Do you want to try to get a single Rise of the Resistance that day too, or do you want to hold off for another day for that?
When's the next time we would potentially be going to Hollywood Studios?
I don't know.
No, you don't know, because there's no other reservations there.
Right.
I might as well get it done when we can. No?
I don't know. Maybe we hold off.
So
on
maybe
that
just put a question mark. Yeah.
Okay. The next day, Animal Kingdom at night, that evening. Next day in the morning, we're going to Animal Kingdom Tusker House, 7:55 a.m.
Yeah.
So be there bright and early. Again, I don't think that we need to be there an extended period of time, especially since we'll go to Animal Kingdom later on Thursday too.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a pretty early getting back to the hotel. Where do you want to go in the afternoon on that Friday?
Magic Kingdom.
You want to do Magic Kingdom that afternoon?
That's what my gut tells me.
I think that that's a smart play, honestly, too. That's kind of what I was thinking or leaning towards. I think the big question now will become, though, if you're going to Magic Kingdom in the afternoon, do we want the multi-pass that day? Do we want lightning lanes that day? I don't know that we particularly need them for Animal Kingdom in the morning.
But in the afternoon, it might be nice to already
But do we
want to
book some in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Now, the problem with the lightning lane, the multi-passes here, is that once you sign into your first one, you can get additional for the day. So if you have 3 lined up and your first one is at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., right? You sign in scan your band at the thing. Immediately once you've scanned your band, at the Lightning Lane entrance, you can get another one for later in the day.
Yeah.
So anytime that you book Lightning Lanes later in the day, I feel like you're not getting as much bang for the buck because you potentially could keep stacking them.
Yeah.
If it's earlier in the day.
I mean, if we're going to do the multi-pass, we could just do the ones at Animal Kingdom.
I also don't know that it's really worth... I mean, we can do it at Animal Kingdom and then see after... But then you're at a disadvantage because people have been able to already book Magic Kingdom 7 days in advance.
No, I'd just do Magic Kingdom.
So it's kind of a catch-22.
I would just do Lightning Lanes for Magic Kingdom then.
And we'll see what we can get in the afternoon, and then if we can get more, great. If we can't, then we only get 3 out of it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to buy for Magic Kingdom, and then we'll schedule them for the afternoon, and we'll go to Animal Kingdom in the morning. Knowing that, now, of course, too, right, with the Park Hopper, you can get the Park Hopper option. With the Lightning Lanes, and you could do them for Animal Kingdom, pay less, potentially, and still get Magic Kingdom, but... To our point here, you're going to run that risk of, by the time I scan in at my first Lightning Lane in Animal Kingdom at 9:30, 10
People
o'clock...
are already picking...
The Magic Kingdom...
It could be done.
The good, most sought-after ones could have been done 7 days before, right? When people could have booked 7 days, or 3 days in advance if you're not staying in a Disney Resort hotel. So I think it's safer to get, like, a good, solid few for the afternoon that day and see if we can add more after that.
Yeah. No, I agree. No, I agree. I don't think that Animal Kingdom in the morning needs a bunch of Lightning Lanes stacked up either. And I think it's a good morning to maybe, depending on what we did the night before, to maybe do like the trails or something. Trails, I think focusing on Magic Kingdom is the way to go.
Okie dokie. So that day is all set. The next day is our No Parks Day. We have a Kona Cafe reservation in the morning. And hopefully we'll try to do some resort hopping in the afternoon. And maybe watch the fireworks from the Polynesian that night.
That'll be fun.
So we'll see. So that should be a pretty chill day. The next day is a Sunday. And we have a Via Napoli reservation at 5:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Now, normally, I wouldn't love going to the same park in the morning and the afternoon. In this circumstance, Epcot is always so nice on Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
I feel like you're missing out on some of the lowest crowds in Epcot if you do not go to Epcot in the morning. So I would like to go to Epcot first thing in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah. No, we definitely need an Epcot morning. For sure.
Now... bearing in mind that this is also the last day that your parents are there. So.
Yes.
Now, because of where we're staying, I don't know how long we stay there. Do we want to try to maybe go to Hollywood Studios in the mid-afternoon and then go back to Epcot at night? Or go to Epcot for dinner and then go to Hollywood Studios after? The only reason why I'm saying that is because this is their last night and it's going to be their last chance to go to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
And we've, at that point, only spent a morning there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that people are that set on Hollywood Studios either. Like that, like, we must go again to Hollywood Studios.
I know, I'm just saying that would be their last chance to go and do any of the rides there again. Is that something that is of interest, or...
I don't know. So we're saying Epcot in the morning, and then you're saying some kind of park, and then back to Epcot at night.
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially.
And because of Hollywood Studios' proximity to where we're staying, that would be the easiest one to go into quickly in the mid-afternoon. Or to go from Epcot first thing in the morning and then bounce over to Hollywood Studios, take a boat ride over there and maybe do a few things and then go back to the hotel. Like, that is the easiest one to do something like that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would already say that. I would say that doing that, because if he liked a certain show or something, or liked, like, we wanted to go into like Toy Story Land again, I think that would be like really fun, because he's really into that right now. So That would be cool. Especially see any of the characters that we didn't get to see, like, with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because we have to kind of time it right with, like, Woody and Buzz out there. Or just Buzz out there and things. So, yeah, I think going to Hollywood Studios in the middle thing there.
Do we want to try to get a Rise of the Resistance Fast Pass that time?
Yeah, when is that? Like, early afternoon?
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Since we didn't do it the other time. I also don't want to, like, put everything all at the front of the trip either. Like, you know.
No, true, but... Well, this is not the front of the trip, though, really.
Oh, actually,
this is the last day before...
flipping over.
Your parents
middle
leave.
To the end.
So...
No, I'm saying I didn't want to put it, like, on that... Put all the...
Also worth noting, do we want to get a Tron single lightning lane on that Friday?
I mean, I'm not going to be heartbroken if I don't read it.
Well, but are members of your family on it?
I don't know. This is the stuff I have to discuss. And maybe they want to. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to put a hold for a Tron lightning lane that evening, too. Maybe we can get one on the Friday. Because that would be their last chance to do that.
Okay.
And then back to Epcot at night to end out the night.
Yeah. I think that's good.
Okay. The next morning, we have Topolino's Terrace at 8:40. And then your family is leaving us after Topolino's Terrace. Where do you want to go after that?
Magic Kingdom?
I think Magic Kingdom's the play.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we matched. Not surprised, but...
I think, though, because of the time that we're going to be getting there and the fact that it's a Monday, I think we get a multi-pass that day.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of rides for him that day, too, especially. I think that we make those for later in the morning and into the afternoon, those lightning lanes.
Yeah. No, I agree. All the dark rides, all of the slow-moving things, some characters, maybe.
Because you're probably not going to want to run away from them after we have breakfast at 8:40. So you probably want to leave like an hour, maybe at like 11:30, making the first hotel. One.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with that.
So we may be at Magic Kingdom then into the early afternoon. Do you want to try to go somewhere that evening? Bearing in mind that we have a morning at Animal Kingdom the next day. Or do you want to just kind of leave that afternoon open and see where it goes?
I would probably like leave it open and then maybe even like going across like to the boardwalk and that like grassy area for like him and just walking around. You know what I mean? Just kind of keep it chill.
Yeah, we can kind of just leave that open and see how it goes. I think he might like a Phantasmic. And if
you think he would like that show?
Spent some time at Magic Kingdom that day, you know, into the early afternoon, he took a later nap that day, and he had like a good later nap. I think that may be a good night to try to do a Phantasmic.
Yeah.
Because I think that he would like that with later, all the lights and all the sounds.
And Mickey and all the... Even though it's a little scary. He likes Nightmare Before Christmas. So.
He just watched Jack Skellington to go to sleep. So in
the beginning of February.
I don't think that the scare stuff is too much with that kid. Anyways.
Nope.
The next day we have Yak and Yeti for lunch at 12 noon. So I think that is a morning at Animal Kingdom. Get in nice and early. Maybe do some of the animal trails. Maybe we do a safari again if he was really into that on one of the other days. And then we eat at Yak and Yeti, and then we go back and we do what you should do after eating at Yak and Yeti, and you take a nice nap.
Yeah, we're going to be full.
That afternoon, now, keep in mind, this is our penultimate, one of my favorite words, means second to last. This is our penultimate night in Walt Disney World. What do you want to do that afternoon?
I don't know. My gut says Epcot.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Maybe we say Hollywood Studios or Epcot.
Yeah, either one of those.
I think that may be a better night for Hollywood Studios one last time. Because I think the next morning...
Flip the page.
We go to Epcot in the morning because we have a Steakhouse 71 reservation at the Contemporary at night, and we end with the Magic Kingdom that evening.
Okay.
There's also extended evening hours at Magic Kingdom that night. I don't know that our son would be...
into that.
without a total meltdown. Probably not, but I think that we end appropriately in Magic Kingdom.
All right.
So Epcot in the morning, and then Magic Kingdom either before, after, or both our Steakhouse 71 reservation at 5:30.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
And I think Hollywood Studios then on
the
prior evening makes sense. So that way we hit that one more time before we leave.
Yeah.
The important question is, are we getting any lightning lanes on either of those days? Especially single use, if that is a thing that we want to do.
I mean, maybe if you wanted to do, like, Avatar again, but I don't think. Or you really want to do Tron.
Well, do you want to do Guardians on that morning?
I would do Guardians again.
Do you want to pay for
love that
Guardians
ride.
again?
I don't want to pay for it, but I will pay for it.
And do you think a multi-pass is worth it on either of those 2 days?
I'm leaning towards no, but what do you think?
Yeah, probably not.
Maybe Magic Kingdom day. But again, it's in the evening, not in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So.
We could get Epcot, though, in the morning with a multi-pass and get Remy's.
Oh, yeah. Well, my sister's going to want to do that. She's going to want to do Remy's.
I think we can get on Remy's first thing in the morning on a Sunday morning, though.
Oh, yeah, especially from where we're getting in. We're right there, so if we get there, just shoot right there.
Well, we do have some time still to talk and think about it, but...
I don't know. I just don't know how he's going to be with the rides. So, that's why I don't know.
So do you think you want a Guardians, though, that morning?
Yeah, I would do a Guardians
Last
again.
day.
Yeah. Do it 2 times in the trip.
At the beginning and at the end, really.
Look at that.
On the first day and on the last day. The Alpha and the Omega, the
There
beginning and the end.
Wow.
Well, that brings us to our last day, and I think a Magic Kingdom last night is the right play. Yeah. And the next day we have breakfast, and then we check out and hop on the aeroplane and fly back home.
Sad.
Even just thinking about the end of the trip makes me sad.
We haven't even started.
It doesn't matter. It makes me sad. Just thinking about it.
Jeez.
That it's going to end.
Well, we will keep everyone updated if any of this changes.
Yeah.
I will have to consult other people in my family, too.
Again, this is a framework.
Yeah.
It's not set in stone. It's not,
what do they call
chiseled
it in,
in
the office world? They call it it's a living document. It's a working document. It's
the
changing.
terminology is disgusting. Do not apply like business principles to Walt Disney World trip planning. It's a framework, which could be a business term too.
Okay,
but
so
it is a breathing document.
What is the difference between breathing is worse than living?
It's a living, breathing document. No, working document that screams corporate America, and that just aggravates me.
Okay,
a living, breathing document, like the Constitution, is a living, breathing document.
Okay. I don't think we should compare this to the Constitution. But okay.
We the people, in order to plan a more perfect Disney trip.
Oh my goodness. We're losing it. It's late.
Establish lightning lanes and secure our dining reservations.
Stop. The fact that you can do that off the cuff.
Provide.
It's crazy.
For the common enjoyment and the general welfare, and secure the blessings of Disney characters to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Disney plan.
Are you done?
For the United States of the Mello family and Norton family.
That was sad.
That was good.
That was good, but that was wow.
Thank Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, yeah. Well.
So, we are getting ready, and this is very exciting. Another wave, another surge of happiness has struck us as we start to continue. That makes no sense. As we continue to plan our Walt Disney World trip. It's getting close.
It's getting close.
We're like 2 fortnights away.
What's the countdown?
Look it up. If you don't know what a fortnight is, look it up. We're like 2 fortnights away.
Are you being serious?
It's not that stupid game. Yeah, I think we're very close to 2 fortnights away. Actually.
14 days. 28 days? I think we're more than 28 days away.
We're getting close to that, though.
28 days is the rest of February.
Okay, 3 fortnights.
3
Yeah, 3 fortnights.
Yeah, that sounds a little better.
Yeah,
okay,
whatever.
Anyways.
We're getting close is the point.
We're getting close, and we're getting close to the end of this episode.
We're getting close to 2 score. How about that? 2 score days away.
Stop.
What's a score?
I don't know.
20 years. 4 score and 7 years ago. 87 years.
Okay, but I
4 score. Scores 20. 4 of them is 80.
Stop.
Plus 7. Our fathers.
Okay.
Brought forth
Time
on
is
this
ticking.
continent.
They're making
a
this
nation.
a long episode into history.
Anyways.
People aren't going to appreciate it.
This is our... I bet you people love this, actually.
Maybe.
Bet you they're laughing so hard that they're crying. Or they're just crying at how awful.
Yeah, they're just crying. They feel like they're getting flashbacks from history class.
Good.
No.
Good.
Anyways,
as always, folks, follow us on our social media accounts for more updates. There will be more on this. As we get closer, we'll be doing episodes on packing and preparation. What's the kind of stuff that we're bringing with us? What's the kind of stuff that we're going to order? All of that, when we buy these lightning lanes, we'll go through that. Maybe we'll do a live filming of that again, and maybe it'll work. GarageBand, I'm talking to you. And, yeah, just a lot more excitement to come with this trip. So we're very excited about this, and we are very much appreciative of all of you listening to us every week as we post these episodes, 6 a.m. on Monday mornings. Follow us on our social media accounts. Send us an email at startswithawish.podcast@gmail.com. And remember, if you're looking to book your next Walt Disney World trip, whether it's Disneyland, Walt Disney World, Disney Cruise Lines, Vero Beach, someone asked about Vero Beach the other day, all of those and more.
Hilton Head, Paris.
Yeah,
Disneyland,
Disney
Paris.
Adventure.
Adventures by Disney.
Whatever. Send Rachel an email at rmello@miggytravels.com. And remember, folks, it all starts with a wish. We'll see you real soon.
Bye.